Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I was pleasantly surprised by her singing here. I was pleasantly surprised by it. We watch, this anime, most anime really, in with subtitles, right? English subtitles. But you don't really expect them to speak the English, right? She started singing in English. I was like, what? I was pleasantly surprised, and it was good. It was amazing, right? It was so good. So the hype for her being the number one, stage performer at, that bar or whatever that establishment was no joke. It was I was pleasantly surprised by it. I was not expecting that, right? And listen, it was good. It was good. It was a nice tone to the episode, where this episode we're building up to the climax of the season, I would imagine. Roppo Ichiza putting in some work here, right? We can finally see them doing something, right? I mean, some would say that we saw them doing a little bit last episode, but it was mainly Sakura and crew. This time we see them. We see the leader, the chairman. Okay, he's putting in work. Now he has a scene where he's just going crazy, right? This man's just putting in work. We'll get to that in a second. But as you all know, we kind of do these recap and reviews, go over some scenes, and then we get our overall rating of the episode at the end. So this part here where she's singing, amazing. Nice touch. Very nice touch. But again, what I really wanted to see was Roppo Ichiza put in some work. Okay. So let's go to this scene where they're showing, like, the main three crew, right? The main three, the amigos of Roppo Ichiza, right? Not including the chairman, obviously. So it seems like every leader or group has, four people or something like that, because you have Sakura and he has his crew, and then you have these guys, Roppo Ichiza, you have the chairman, then you have these three, right? The other guys, we don't, just fodder dudes. These three are the main ones because they got the introduction. Now, they were putting in work, and then they got the screenshot with their, name right there. So these are the three dudes. Okay, the main three dudes aside from the chairman and Roppo Ichiza. So we see them put in some work in this episode, right? And we also find out, which this is very interesting because I brought it up in my last review, that they're not too different in age from Fruitin, right? Not too different in age. And that was stated in this episode. Not too different in age, which I would have guessed means they're probably like 2 to 4 years older. Early 20s, I would suspect. So that answers that question. At least that was a question that I had. Maybe you guys didn't have that question, but I did. Like, how old are these dudes? They, they're in this club where you have to be older, I'd assume, to be there, right? I would assume that, but then Sakura and Tsubaki and them are there. But, anime, okay? Anime. But you see Roppo Ichiza putting in some work in this episode, okay? Now, the leader, the chairman, he goes on a spree here, right? They give him, this is not really a flattering screenshot that I stopped it on, but he goes on a spree here, right? They give him some screen time to just, they get him some screen time to just put in some work. Listen, I was not expecting that, but I was delighted to see it. They gave him some screen time to put in some work, and work he did put in. He put in work. Now, some may say, well, just against fodder dudes, which, for the most part, most of the people that they fight are fodder dudes, right? Most of the time, when you see them do something cool or put in work, it's against the fodder dudes, right? So this is just showcasing what he can do, like how fearsome and dynamic he is, right? Against this group. So I like that. I liked it because Roppo Ichiza as well known as they are, I wanted to see them do something, right? And it looks like we're about to get that. Now, we get the main quote unquote bad guys or villains from this arc, okay? From this arc, which are Gravel, okay? These dudes here. Now, what immediately struck me here is I'm assuming the main dude there who just looks aloof as fuck, like he just, but that's a problem, right? That's a problem because when you get somebody who looks like that, okay, in a series where it's about fighting and stuff like that, when you get somebody who looks like that, he's usually a problem. Okay, I'm gonna go on record to say that he's usually a problem. As stupid as he looks, he's usually a problem when you get characters that look like that. The rest of them are probably fodder. There'll probably be like 3 or 4 dudes in this squad that can hold their own and maybe give Sakura and Suo or something a run for their money, maybe. But he's gonna be a problem. The dude right there with the white shirt, not the one bending over it. We don't care about him, but the one with the white shirt and his hair kind of like in a tied up there. He's a problem. He was the one talking. This man's a problem, right? Let me see if I can get a better shot of him. Him. He's gonna be a problem. I can already tell he's gonna be a problem. So this is gonna be Gravel versus Roppo Ichiza and Fuden. Okay? Now, Tsubaki's not there, which I would like to see him do something. Tsubaki is guarding the girl, as you all know who had watched this episode. I would like to see him do something. I would imagine there's no way Tsubaki is in all of this and we don't see him do anything. Okay? So either one or two things. Either Tsubaki comes there to where they are, or they make it to him. Which, if they make it to Tsubaki, then that means that they defeated Roppo Ichiza and Sakura and Suo. Which, I would be surprised if that happens. Right? They just get defeated. They're just on the ground. They can't really just get beat up. And they make it to Tsubaki. What I see happening is Tsubaki going there. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I would like to see Tsubaki do something. I don't think they're going to leave us without getting some Tsubaki action, right? That's what I would like to see. But this episode, I'm gonna be honest, I gotta give it a 9. I gotta give it a 9. Yep. I gotta give it a 9. I enjoyed it that much. It's getting there. Right? It's getting there. This arc is getting there. Now, I think there's only gonna be 12 or 13 episodes. So maybe they have time for another one. I don't think so. I think this is gonna be the end of it. But I'm telling you, this dude's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you, he's gonna be a problem. But I digress. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. How do you think Roppo Ichiza performed? How do you think they're going to continue to perform? Right? Would you like to see Tsubaki do something? Fighting wise, would you like to see him do something? I would. And your overall rating of the episode. But that's all I have for this for you. Thanks for watching. And as usual, keep on keeping on.